Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Could you please raise your hand and we welcome His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Swami Maharaj. We'll say the Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Swami Maharaj ki Hare Krishna. So, it's our great fortune that we have the presence of His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Swami Maharaj. Maharaj, we'd like to welcome you to our Sunday Rounds Hill Hall program. Maharaj is temporary. We are hoping within 2 years we will move to a permanent place, a new temple. We got all the necessary application approved, and we are in the process of starting pouring the slab. So, it will be not long before we'll have our own temple. Radha Govind Ji ki. So most of you know Maharaj, so I'll just briefly give a little introduction to Maharaj. Maharaj was born in 1944 in Gujarat, India. Maharaj is about 13 years older than me, but he's 20 years younger than me. Who's right? So Maharaj. So Maharaj was in East Africa. He's doing research in biochemistry. Then he moved to States, where in 1971 he met devotees. Actually, devotees came to him rather than Maharaj going to them. That's how Maharaj met the devotees. He started associating with the devotees. And Maharaj mentioned in his, one of the videos I've seen of Maharaj that is the mercy of the devotees. Association, that what happened to Maharaj, that he became Krishna conscious. And eventually Maharaj met Prabhupada and got initiated in 77. They're the last team or batch to get initiated by Prabhupada before he left this world. So Maharaj has also been preaching, following his spiritual master's instruction, preaching all over the world, also serving many respectful positions. So Maharaj waited in the movement for a long time. So today we are very fortunate to have His Holiness. His Holiness Maharaj Vedavyasapriya Maharaj ki Jai. I hand over to Maharaj to complete the rest of the program. Hare Krishna. So also while waiting, Vijay Gopikesh Prabhu asked for that is not well. So he sends apologies to all of us, asking that to be excused today. So he's sick. So let's pray for him. He gets better. Just Mahamantra once, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I came last year, right? Yes. Oh, sorry, Maharaj. My apologies, Maharaj.
I know. Because back. Angle line. This is setting up.
Paramahansa Prabhu, I think we've been asked to sing bhajan, and there is a Vrindavan Dham bhajans. Vrindavan Dham. There's a bhajan going to be singing, so we'll soon get on the screen so you can follow.
No, I want to chant Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari Yashodanandana Braja Jarangana Yashodanandana Braja Jarangana Yashodanandana Braja Jarangana Yashodanandana Braja Jarangana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Astottara Shata Shishima. His Divine Nation of Vedavyasapriya Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON Vivdi Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Astottara Shata Shishima. His Divine Nation of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रज वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समावित भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. Glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanastalakaya Chakshulmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Jatapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Saharana Lalita Shri Vishakhantam Swai He Krishna Karma Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaha Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sanyavati Paschapta Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivaswati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. There are so many places of attraction, but physical attraction, not spiritual attraction. Vrindavan is a place of spiritual attraction, and one evaluates the significance of it by practice of spiritual life, following the tenets of spiritual life. Not religious life, but spiritual life. Otherwise, for every religion there is a place. For the Christians, Vatican is the place. And Vatican itself is a country by itself. It has its own flag. And they have their own rule. All the citizens of Vatican are cardinals. Like Pope. Gun. Top means gun. And Pope means popping out. They send the rules for the majority of population. They say it is Christian throughout the world. And they declare flamboyantly, we are number one. But the rare are occasions who value the place Vatican. Generally it is empty, hardly being visited daily. Only the tourists come. And spiritual functions are devoted towards Christmas, where Pope gives the Mass, standing on that only small visible doorway leading to the gallery, and wave his hands. But if we see spirituality is different than religiosity. Vrindavan is not a place of religiosity, but rather it's a place of remembrance of Krishna's pastimes. The action of personality depends upon the activity he performs, which may be difficult for us to understand. But you may say, it is one of the places we can remember him. Mathura can be another one, and Dwarka can be another one. Or wherever there are temples of Krishna, you can remember him there. But the significance of Vrindavan out of all the places is depending on childhood pastimes played by Lord Krishna. So it is called Leela Bhumi. Vatican is not a Leela Bhumi. Vatican is an establishment of authoritative rule of Christian. But every Christian doesn't come to Vatican because there are many branches of Christianity. Protestants, because they were protesting Catholicism. They chose not to have a headquarters. So the Seventh-day Adventists, the Baptists, and who else? The Evangelists. They have their own headquarters, but they never celebrate the Mass as if they obey Pope. They are not satisfied. They want to convert the whole world into Christian. But it was a rare opportunity for Mother Teresa to come in the land of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Directly or indirectly, she had a notion. But she was totally confused. She was doubting about her belief in Jesus towards the end of her maturity. And she was expressing the blank, no target, no love. She was thinking, she was abandoned by Jesus Christ. Then all of a sudden, she got a Nobel Prize. And she was given sainthood. I happened to read her mind disclosed in the letters to her mentor, who was in Darjeeling. And she confided in her about all this thing that came out later on. But she was longing for love of Jesus. They have a system. But hardly anybody goes for love for Jesus. It's not that she was a woman, that's why she has a loving attitude towards Jesus. No. The sex barrier has been completely eradicated in the concept of the Supreme. Whether male or female, they are all his part and parcel, subservient, fine, but they are female in nature. He is not only male. So, Krishna claims wholesale love. He is a wholesaler, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the distributor wholesale. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gorat Vishaya Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances to the most magnanimous avatar of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Krishna Prem Pradayate. Pradayate means he delivered. He did not keep for himself. Mother Teresa kept for herself after she came out from the dark tunnel. Right. Before her, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already described the despondency of a faithful servant. Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravrushaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. Isn't it a dark tunnel? One has to fail because he's a lover. It's not that her love is frustrated. No. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tastatheva bhajamyam is applied to everybody, whether they are karmis, jnanis or yogis or bhaktas also. But Krishna says, I'm wholesale sold out to my devotees. Wholesale. And therefore, he thought to come in Kali Yuga to distribute his whole name to people of Kali Yuga who are disqualified right by the influence of the age. Prayana alpayasya kalavasmin sabhi yuge janaka mandah sumandamatayo mandabhagyahi upadrita. These are disqualification, not qualification. There is only one qualification. Not in us, but in Kali Yuga. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya mukta sangam param praje. You can go back home, back to Godhead even in Kali Yuga by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Those who chant, they are qualified. Those who don't, they can't, then they cannot be qualified. Simple business. There is no other methodology to obtain love of Godhead. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us 5 instructions. First, Aradhyastanaya Brajendra Nandana. If you want to worship Lord Shri Krishna, who is called Vrajendra Tanaya. Now, in Dwarka, Mathura or elsewhere he is not called. There are different names he is addressed. Only in Vrindavan he is called Vrajendra Tanaya. Who is Vrajendra? Nanda Maharaj. Tanaya means son. So Aradhyas Tanaya Vrajendra Nandana. And if you want to go to Vrajendra Tanaya, then you have to be very strict with yourself. You don't need Krishna of Dwarka or Mathura. Because Vrindavan is saturated with love of Godhead. Elsewhere he may show his opulences, majesty, yogic power, but they are all becoming pale in front of love. Love is the dynamic necessity to be lived for. Otherwise you are dead. You hanker, but don't expect your husband or friend to give you that. Even the parents cannot give you. Mothers with a newborn child may understand little love, which is unconditional for her baby. But how long? She does not realize even that she is loving unconditionally. That is coming closer to love Krishna unconditionally. Don't waste time. Mother Yashoda was not the bottle feeding and wasting time. No. She was breastfeeding. And the whole world of this activity is simply enjoyed by the Vrajavasis. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Vedavyasapriya, I don't know Krishna more than Yashodastyanananda, one who gives pleasure. So Krishna is known by his activity, giving so much intimate love. General processes, that is applicable to everybody, but if we don't, then Krishna don't. What is the use for Krishna to tell he is bhajamyam? But in the degree of our sacrifice to Krishna for his pleasure, just our devotional service is the only pleasing agent for him to reciprocate. So therefore, Vrindavan is the bhumi of reciprocation of loving exchanges. And all 5 different kinds of loving exchanges and relationship are exhibited there. Dham is not created on the material platform. It descends and it captures Krishna and does not let him go out of the boundary of the Dham. Krishna is so selective. Vrindavanam parityajya padekam nagacchati. These are shastric declaration. He will never step outside of the periphery of Vrindavan. But I am so unfortunate. Every year I have been kicked out from Vrindavan. More often I try to go. Radharani said, "Get out, you're a rascal." Yes. Prabhupada carried Vrindavan and introduced Vrindavan throughout the world. Just like Kardam Muni carried the Lord within his heart, even though he was one of these big Prajapatis begot by Brahma. He was ascetic. He knew the importance of the Lord who would be coming as his son. He said, "Yes, I will give up sannyas. I will become grahastha brahmachari for the time being you are born. Then I will again become sannyasi." This is called role play. Role play is not ordinary. Because a devotee is imbued with love of Godhead. He doesn't want to do anything where love is not involved. When Kapil Dev was born, he saw to it he grew sufficiently enough to instruct his mother, Devahuti. He then walked out because he got promise from Manu Maharaj, the father of Devahuti, that as soon as I beget the progeny, I'll stay just to make sure everything is okay, and then I will go. I'll become ascetic again. And Manu Maharaj promised him. Okay. Do we have part-time husbands? Eh? No, we can't afford. We need full-time husband. Take care of us materially, but Prabhupada said, take care of everything spiritually. It is an obligation of Lord Krishna to take care of the whole society, not only your family, also including the elderlies in the family, even unfavorable, undesirable elements leave. You have to maintain them. So, in other words, supply of food for life is the main function for grahasthas. If you go to someone's place invited to take prasadam for some occasion that they wish that it turns into devotional service, that's okay in Shraddha ceremony and everything. But at the same time, you also reciprocate. It's not a one-way track. that we receive goodies and we do not give them anything more than khichdi. So, the significance of Vrindavan Dham is tremendous source of pleasure, pastimes, and everything. Everything is done in the effect of bliss, of ladisha. Ahlad means joy of the heart. But joy of consciousness is ahlad. And Prahlad set it through simply by remembering Lord Krishna. Alright. So, what a concentrated remembrance of Lord Krishna through his pastimes are available in Vrindavan. Right? Now, how do we learn Vrindavan Mahima? We should learn through the hankerings of our predecessor acharyas. Narottam Das Thakur is a disciple of Lokanath Swami in Vrindavan, and he was so intent and desirous. Even though he thinks he is unfit, but still, the qualifications for intensified love which is required is expressed in his kirtans. So, I came across 2 kirtans, both about Vrindavan. How does he contemplate on kirtan? The initial kirtan, Vrindavan Ramyasthan, becomes more intensified for longing for him to come and stay. The instructions are being expected in the first song that he wrote, Vrindavan Ramyasthan. He was desirous to associate with the devotees, because all the Goswamis sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were late comers like you in Vrindavan. Sorry. The Goswamis were late comers. But in purified consciousness, when you contemplate on the Leelas from the Srimad Bhagavatam and other literature, by preaching you cultivate desire or longing for living in Vrindavan. For living in Vrindavan. In the first song, we do not see he asking. He contemplates on the Leelas, right? But it's short. But in other one, he cries. So, let's start. Ready? I don't have something to put on. Oh. push me back. Make sure it stays.
Yeah.
My voice is very sharp and I got cold. So I don't know mixture. You know what will happen, all right? But try to bear me and you repeat. Try to shout. I have shouting nature. Vrindavana ramyasthan Vidya Chintamani Dhama Vrindavan is filled with Chintamani gems and many jewel palaces and temples. Many regal swans play in the waters of the Yamuna, and in those waters a splendid golden lotus flower grows. In the middle of that lotus is a golden place surrounded by 8 petals. On these 8 petals, the 8 principal gopis reside, and in the center, Lord Shyam Sundar and beautiful Srimati Radharani sit on a jewel throne. The great beauty of the divine couple and their charming joking and laughter continually showers nectar everywhere. Narottam Das says, I pray that these beautiful, eternal, blissful, eternal, transcendental pastimes of the divine couple may be always manifest in my heart. He thinks to get them manifested in the heart. But in advanced stage, he is writing again another one, which will show the longing of his residence in Vrindavan. You haven't heard this song, right? And by the way, chanting Vrindavan Ramyasthan, it is a monotonous. It is only avroha all the time. No aroha, no avroha. ISKCON is, doing anything. Anything goes in ISKCON. Right? Monotonous.
No, it is
No aroha, no avroha. I'm a little fond of it. Because how can I shout otherwise? All right. Let's do another one. You have to take rest?
No, bro.
Do we have time enough?
Yes.
Am I not taking extra time? This is little longer. All right. We recorded 3 years back in Melbourne this particular song that we have been, and it has not come up yet. I have in the original file, but so it has to be dealt with professional balancing power. Kusumita Vrindavane Hello. Kusumita Vrindavane Kusumita Vrindavane 16 days. You try. Okay. Kusumita Vrindavane Nachata Sikhi Gane Pikakula Brahmara Jankare Sikhi-jane Pikakula Marajankare Nachata Sikhi-jane Pikakula Marajankare Kusumita Vrindavane Kusumita Priya Sahachari Sange Gaiya Jabir Range Priya Sahachari Sange Gaiya Jabir Range Priya Sahachari Sange Gaiya Jabir हरि हरि मनोरथ पाइए हमारे 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 दुख मंथर गति कौतुक हर मोती दुख मंथर गति कौतुक हर मोती अंगे भोरी फूल का अंशारे अंगे भोरी फूल का अंगे भोरी फूल का अंशारे अंगे भोरी फूल का अंशारे वृंदावन चौद के शिखर माजे राधे चारंगिते चौद के शिखर माजे राधे चारंगिते चुनरी लोईरा कोरे कोरी चुनरी लोईरा कोरे चुनरी लोईरा कोरे कोरी चुनरी लोईरा कोरे कुटिला कुंतला सभा विचारिया चरबा कुटिला कुंतला सभा विचारिया चरबा बुनाई बो विचित्र कहानी बुनाई बो विचित्र Ringare Rajale Ranga Charana Duvai Go. Ringare Ranga Charana Duvai Go. Ringare Rajale Ranga Charana Duvai Go. Ringare Ranga Charana Duvai Go. Chamo apan chikure. Please understand this translation. Very important. How the longing Lord Thakur is paving the road for everybody who is entering
How good it is.
to reside in Vrindavan.
Everything, whatever it is.
Vrindavan is filled with blossoming flowers and dancing peacocks and the sounds of cuckoo and bumblebees. When in the association of dear gopis, will I melodiously sing in a charming cottage in a grove of Vrindavan? When seeing the slowly and gracefully moving divine couple, will my hair stand on end because of ecstasy in my heart? When in the company of the gopis, will Srimati Radharani gesture that she wants me to comb her hair? And when will I then take the comb in my hand and carefully comb her curly locks? When will I anoint Srimati Radharani's limbs with sandalwood paste and musk? When will I give her beautiful garlands? When will I gaze on her moon-like face as I decorate it with tilak markings drawn in sandalwood paste and kumkum? When will I carefully dress Srimati Radharani in blue garments? When will I place jeweled anklets on her feet? When will I take water from a jar and wash her reddish lotus feet? When will I then dry her feet, use my own hair or as a towel? When will I make a couch of lotus petals for the divine couple? When will I gently fan them with a white chamar whisk? When from the golden box I will take betel nuts and camphor and place them in the lotus mouth of the divine couple? When will I carefully chew the aromatic remnants of such betel nuts, which have become mixed with nectar from the mouths of the divine couple? O Lokanath Goswami, O my spiritual master, O friend of the poor and wretched conditioned souls, Oh, Ocean of Mercy, please hear the appeal of this person who is very miserable and poor-hearted. Oh Radha and Krishna, oh holy land of Vrindavan, all intimate gopi, friends of the divine couple, I beg that you all grant this charity to me. Please fulfill these desires.
Haribo. Haribo. Haribo.
Only wait and wait and wait. And there was one song of Mirabai. And how long? How long? I have to wait. How long? That's already out. But you can understand the desire. They have to manifest in a specific way by taking the role of the confidential group. Otherwise, who has access of such intimacy? Just meditate, chant Hare Krishna diligently, and Krishna will fulfill your desire. Yes?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I have a question. As we are living in Sydney,
Material world in
Yes.
Sydney, that, oh.
With the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we all have ISKCON temple here and there in all over the world. Is the actual Vrindavan is different from this place because we are having association, we have deities, temples, prasadam, everything. So I just want a little bit lighting on this thing. Do we say that actual Vrindavan is different from this place or no?
No, you have to make this place as Vrindavan.
Mr. Prabhu.
Prabhupada carried Vrindavan and implanted Vrindavan mood. Even in Sydney, even though it's a wretched place. So, he left the job on his disciples and grand disciples and so forth. But it's not a lofty idea, just an idea. If it appears in your heart, because unless and until your heart becomes fertile, then the Vrindavan can be implanted. Right? Prabhupada gave the methodology of planting. Chant Hare Krishna and all this manifestation will come about. Be serious to witness this and be part of it. Don't become a distant spectator. This is for real, but it has to manifest. Only the time separates us. That's what Prabhupada said when there was nothing, no ISKCON and no ISKCON. Nothing was there. But Prabhupada said, yes, we have so many temples all over the world. And there are so many disciples. I cannot count even. Only the time is distancing us. Does he not have the future vision in him? So, we have to cultivate that para-bhakti, the supreme favorable service to Lord Shri Krishna. So he can come and play in the Vrindavan of our own heart. Then he wants to manifest, even outside. Prabhupada created new Vrindavan. It is still existing. If devotees come, devotees contribute, they go. So, but it is the job of devotees aggregate to manifest. Seeds of new Vrindavan have already been sown.
Thank you much.
Very good.
Haribol.
Can I ask you questions from Maharaj now?
Can I ask one
You
last-
responded very nicely, all of you matas, the pitas. You also played good drums.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Sorry to ask this question. It might be my stupid question. The Krishna is everywhere, and then there are a lot of institutions. They talk about Krishna, and then Krishna's childhood and everything. And even when I went to Nepal, I found ISKCON down there as well, and then everywhere it is getting like more bigger and bigger. What's the difference between the same? Well, they're talking about the same God, but the institutions are different. Why is that?
What is different in ISKCON temples?
No, ISKCON and there are.
We have temple, very nice temple in Buddha Nilkant area.
Yes, we do. And even in my the place where I came from, Chittagong, we do have ISKCON temple as well. I went there, and then there are a lot of devotees as well. But there's another one temple just in front of ISKCON temple. There's another Radha Krishna temple. And then when I went there,
But it's not ISKCON temple.
no, it's not.
Because it's a tradition, it is simply an inheritance as a property for the Saivites, and it may be that it could generate some income, so some service can be rendered to the deities. They may not be able to make a profit out of it, because they do not become rich. Only ISKCON can become rich. But we do not con people. This is not our own, but it's a collective effort to spread Krishna consciousness, under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada.
Now that's what I found as well. When I went to the Radha Krishna temple, the way they approached me, and the way I was approached in ISKCON in my country was quite different. There was a very big difference. And then even my parents also do follow ISKCON, and then even the Guru, he comes to my house, and then he takes prasadam from my parents, but the priest from Radha Krishna temple, he doesn't eat anything from my parents' house.
They will not give you any prasad.
No.
Anyway, we are adhering to the teachings of Lord Shri Krishna and about Lord Shri Krishna by his pure devotees, the Dvatashman and Srimad Bhagavatam. These teachings are for us to make a tangible dent in the psyche of Kali Yuga. Not only you will be freeing yourself from the clutches of, Maya, but you will also free others. Have confidence, because the process brought by Srila Prabhupada is perfect and complete. Only by accepting such process we have to become perfect and complete. Otherwise there is nothing for becoming perfect. Yeah. Any more questions?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I just have maybe the last question. If nobody has a question. Maharaj, that second song that we sang seems to be very intimate connection that our Acharya is feeling for Krishna. And at my level, it's very difficult to understand or even comprehend that relationship. So Maharaj, how do we understand to relish and the real deeper meaning of these songs?
These descriptions are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So you select out your service mood. In conjugal relationship, you will want to become a maid servant. Which number? Don't worry about it. But you will be given a chance at least once in eternity. Is good enough. So it's a longing. The previous song was the description, but here the actual service is longed for. That is Navatar's mood. He adopted mood of gopis. He wants to engage himself in intimate service as a maid servant. Become a maid servant of Lord Sri Krishna, who is the maintainer of gopis. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us. Naham viprocha narpatim napi vaishyo na sudro. Naham varni na grahapatim vanastho yatirva. Kintu prodyan nikhil parmanandam purnam rudabde gopi bhartu padakamalayo das das dasam das. The anudasatva means following in the footsteps of this confidential servant of Lord Shri Krishna. Sukadeva Goswami knew something, and he is describing in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's not fancy of romance. Did you ever feel that this was romance? These are purified activities of pleasing Krishna. Romance cannot exist in transcendental realm because it is generated by Rajogun. So you can play within the four walls of your bedroom. Vrindavan is not like that. It's unlimited. There are no horizons. And Krishna performs simultaneous activities of herding the cows with his friends, but at the same time, he's also playing all the secret leelas with Radharani and gopis. Simultaneously manifesting everywhere. That is the real Vrindavan. Chant and pray to cultivate longing for Krishna. Narottam Das Thakur was such an exalted devotee. And you can see the construction of the 8 verses in this particular poem, the poetry. He's pouring out his heart to engage in these activities. This is called maturity of bhakti, and they appeared for our benefit so we can understand in a correct way and teach also others the correct way. Help them to get purified by giving them Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Maharaj ki
Jai.
Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for blessing us in this wonderful assembly of close to 200 devotees. At some point, I think few of them have stepped outside. And thank you so much for blessing this yatra. ISKCON Hare Krishna Community and Cultural Center, ISKCON West Sydney. As you know, Maharaj, our devotees need a lot of blessings from you and a lot of mercy for erecting this Sri Sri Radha Govinda temple at 217 Windsor Road, Vineyard. Thank you for your regular visits. We do need a lot of association, blessings, guidance. Many of them have started chanting 16 rounds, some of the new devotees, and they have also taken up Srila Prabhupada Ashram, and they are looking for also taking shelter of a guru. And we all know that His Holiness is an initiating spiritual master in ISKCON, and he is a regular visitor here. And Maharaj, we would request you to please bless us with your frequent visits, and please also put us on priority of your visit. We know that you are so much busy and so many commitments you have, so many projects you are doing. And despite your commitments, Maharaj, we just seek your blessings. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Tell Vijay Gopeshwar Prabhu that now Bangalore is on my way and I'm supposed to visit twice a year.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
He'll be happy to know. One time he hijacked me from the airport. He brought to his home. They were celebrating the disappearance of their father. They came to know that I have a transit for 4 hours. Maharaj, you divide between 2 hours here and 2 hours at the temple. Really, they waited for me. Give 2 programs. Swami, as long as Krishna will allow me to do render service, I always remember the old timers of Bangalore. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Maharaj. We would request all the devotees to now please